Here's the new garden at Honky Tonk Manor. I got a good quarter of it tilled up, and of course it starts right here, but it goes all the way down to here. There's the corner. And then all the way down here. To here. So that's pretty good size, eh?
Oh yeah.
But this part that is tilled right here, I just tilled this up today. It's fresh. It's a brand new part of the garden, and I just wanted to add on because Kimmy and I are using the garden pretty much for sustenance. We're not broke. We have no problem affording food, but the food that's grown here I find to be much tastier. I don't think it's a psychological thing. You can A-B food that you get at the grocery store or out of a can and stuff that comes out of the garden. Trust me when I say, I absolutely guarantee that fresh produce is it's definitely different. You might prefer it, you might not, but as far as I'm concerned, I prefer it. And it does save money. It's good for that. I'm a little worried about the chemicals and pesticides and herbicides and things of that nature that they put on produce and they pump animals full of these days, like hogs and beef and chicken and whatever else it is that you're getting. Even fish, if it's farm raised, the fish is eating corn. They're throwing corn out there, and the corn's genetically modified. So, you know, whatever the way of the future is, it might be a good thing, it might be a bad thing, but I'll be the captain of my own destiny, and I'll tell people exactly what I'm going to eat. I'm not asking for permission, and I don't care to be a part of a group or a herd or an accepted way of life. I make my own reality, and here it is. So we took a bunch of horse manure and ground it up in here. Care for a biscuit? Get it, Molly. And so I got horse manure all across here. You can see where Kimmy has spread some straw out there. We had to remove a lot of roots here because I have the big maple tree right here. And a lot of these big roots came out of the ground. And there were a couple of them in there about that big around, a good 6-7 inches around, and a little bit too big for the rototiller part of the Gravely. So I took the big old backhoe there, and the backhoe makes quick work of things of that like that. Then Molly, she gets them and carries them around the yard. But I think this garden is probably maybe a 1/10 acre, you know, when it's all said and done. But I'll probably take on the east side of the property over here, plant some corn next year, and then this will be the bulk of the produce. Peppers, tomatoes, root plants like onions and potatoes, carrots, things of that nature. The good news is for next year is that, of course, the winter of 2011-2012 seen in the Pacific Ocean, La Nina, which changed our whole weather outlook for the summer of 2012. That's why we had the drought and the very high temperatures, the extreme drought, one of the worst droughts I think since, what was that, 87, 88, 89, somewhere in there. But we should have a good growing season next year, and this year we fell quite a bit short on produce because we wanted to have enough produce to last us the whole year, canned in mason jars and in whatever else, and that just didn't happen. The garden did not produce enough, and a lot of the stuff that it did produce came very, very late in the season. And for instance, our major tomato plants, you hear him?
Mm-hmm.
You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
That was a cockbird, a pheasant. We have pheasants all around this place. Recently they just took the corn off, yesterday as a matter of fact, and these game birds they're just flying all over out here. But anyway, next year should be a normal year according to weather maps. We should have normal amounts of precipitation and normal temperatures for the growing season, so we're going to have a hell of a good sized garden and a lot of good things coming out of this garden. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm grinding this manure up. We're putting the straw in there. The straw kind of aerates the ground, keeps the ground loose, and it also retains moisture, and it acts as a organic material because it naturally decomposes and provides nutrients for the next generation of plants. So this garden, I have to introduce probably 2 to 3 more loads of manure and straw, and I'm going to till it all under, and that's how it will sit all winter long. I'll have that done before the ground starts to get frost in it, and that should be good for this garden. It should sustain the right amount of nutrients and things that plants need to grow healthy and big and fast for a good 4 years. So after that, I'm probably going to put a big compost pile over here, basically horse manure and straw and stuff like that. And, I'll leave that sit for about 4 years, and in 4 years' time, that fresh manure will be ready to be introduced into the garden because all of the pH levels and things of that nature will be just about right after 4 years of decomposition. So that's it. That's it. The revised, enlarged garden at Honky Tonk Manor, USA.